Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Monday, March 5th. Alright, I forgot it was March for a moment. It's just amazing how fast the year is going. But anyways, this is the market overview, and looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNAU, UP, FXE, GLD, XOI, XLF, GE, Apple, and the NASDAQ. Okay, here we are with the Dow. Really cool day. I like volatility. Today was plenty volatile. Essentially ending flat. Yeah, it was down almost 15 points, but really, I mean, you can just draw a line through all of this. So really just flat. It did go down and test the floor today, bounced away from it, but there's the floor, and it is right there. We got a downtick today. Of course, it was resolved intraday. We have to see what happens next, but 14-day RSI moving average still clicking on down, and now that we're below the 80, we actually could have some decent movement. We had decent movement today. Stochastics are mixed. Slow is down, fast is up. CCI down, RSI down, MACD down, MACD histogram down. It looks very encouraging. We've had plenty of encouraging days, and today is yet another one. SPX, more of the same. We had a downtick today to complement the previous day's downtick. It was resolved today, so boom, that one's done. So can put a stake in that one. Downtick on the 14-day RSI moving average, not past the 80 yet. Down on the stochastics, down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the MACD, down on the MACD histogram, also very encouraging. But the downtick is resolved. Now we have to see what it does. Does it go down further for a bar retest and get to the major price consensus level? Or do we continue on up? You can see previously what has happened in similar situations, and we have to make sure that this time is different. Moving on to the NASDAQ. Yeah, weakest of all the indexes today. Almost down a percent. Not quite, but close. Got the downtick. Downtick resolved today. And beyond that, what else is there to see? Well, we got to see what it does next. We still don't have a cross of the middle Bollinger Band. But we do have, similar to the Dow and the SPX, down on the 14-day RSI moving average, down on the stochastics, down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the MACD, down on the MACD histogram. This is very encouraging. We just don't want a surprise tomorrow to, throw it all off, which is entirely possible. Oil. When oil is bullish, the market is bullish. When the oil is bearish, the market is bearish. Yep, it was bearish today. And look at that. Big hammer. Or a big hanging man if you think that it should decline all crazy, which is entirely possible. But down on the CCI, down on the 14-day RSI moving average, finally. Today was its first downtick, so that is very encouraging for the bears. Mixed on the stochastics, down on the RSI, down on the MACD, down on the MACD histogram. We noted the cross, the bearish cross of the MACD, although it has had some whipsaw, so hopefully we won't have that again. Now on to the more interesting things. The VIX. Yep. Here we are with the VIX. We have a not a pretty candle, but an understandable one. It got up to the bearish bar, very strong bearish bar, and it backed away from it. That's okay. I mean, that's what the bar is supposed to do. It's supposed to catch things, stop things, slow things, and it is operating the way that it should be. We did close below the major price consensus level. That's unfortunate. If we had stopped right at it and closed at it, that would have been good. It did not. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking up. Stochastics for the most part, ticking down. CCI up, RSI up, MACD histogram up. Mostly encouraging, but not exactly what we would want to see. TNA. Here we are. And, yep, getting a hammer. Almost touching 200-day moving average. We are having a crossover in the short-term moving averages. We did not achieve full crossover and separation prior to entering the bar. And the bar is catching the price, which is what it should be doing. Now, I am of the opinion that this is going to halt, at least for a little bit. Maybe even get bounced up. Yeah, the 14-day RSI moving average is ticking down. Most people are saying the Russell is falling apart. I think that is premature. Yes, we did take out the floor, which is very good, but this bullish bar can take a lot of damage. And unless we have a cascading waterfall of the short-term moving averages, I mean, there's a lot to catch it right here. 200-day moving average, long-term moving averages. The stochastics are already low. Some of them are attempting to turn over. The CCI is very low. It's trying to turn over. RSI is down. MACD histogram is down. MACD is down. How much is it going to take before this is a low peak on the MACD? It's already pretty extended. Certainly, of course, it can go more. But I'm just thinking at this moment, there's a lot to at least try to catch it in the short term. Something to be aware of. XLF, financials. Yep, we got a downtick today. It was resolved intraday. We have to see what happens now. And closed right at the upper price consensus level. Downtick on the 14-day RSI moving average. Down on the stochastics, down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the MACD, down on the MACD histogram. Yes, it does look very encouraging. And a floor retest will coincide with a bar retest. But we need to have clear indication that that is in fact what's going to happen at this moment. It looks likely. Moving on to UUP. Look at that. I like it. A little doji star. Everything, the stochastics, the 14-day RSI moving average all ticking up. Very nice. CCI not cooperating, ticking down. RSI not cooperating, ticking sideways. MACD ticking up. MACD histogram ticking up. What exists of a bearish bar, which is not much at all, is catching it, which is fine. And a breakout to the upside will be really, really nice. In which case, we'll be going up to test 2330 or 2230. That'd be great. FXE, the euro. Yep. Going back to the long-term moving averages and stopping. That is fine. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Fast stochastic already really pretty darn low. Slow stochastic right behind it. Bearish cross of the MACD. MACD histogram ticking down. CCI ticking up. Not bad. We have to get away from the long-term moving averages. We have to get below the major price consensus level. And at that point, it should be pretty clear sailing to this previous low just above 129.5. But, it was way ahead of itself. And we were saying that back here. It is correcting itself. The question being, are they going to pull a rabbit out of the hat with the Greek announcement, which is coming this week? Will that be enough to firm it up? We just don't know. GE, trying to get a better read on the Dow. Very nice. Got a hammer getting caught in the long-term moving averages. down below the major price consensus level, down below the lower price consensus level, staying above the previous month's major price consensus level. Very nice. Did not get complete crossover and separation prior to entering the bar. A warning sign. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down after Friday's tick up. Stochastics mixed. CCI very low. RSI ticking down. MACD ticking down. MACD histogram ticking down. It is encouraging, but this should not be a waterfall to the bottom. I don't think there is all of this to catch it. But I suppose maybe if we take out the previous floor, maybe something really drastic can happen, but in which case it would be going down for a test of the 200-day moving average, which would be really nice, but there are some hurdles to overcome first. And Apple. Yeah. Down tick today, finally. Almost getting to the downtick target, but not quite. Closing above the upper price consensus level. The iPad 3 announcement is just in very soon. And 14-day RSI moving average. No way, a downtick. How about that? That's nice. Stochastics rolling over, CCI rolling over, RSI rolling over, MACD rolling over, but we do not have the bearish cross yet. MACD histogram down. Big ugly day for Apple. It really would have been nice to have the downtick target out of the way, but there's just a little bit there. Are we going to have a sell-off after the announcement, or even front-running the announcement? Very, very possible. And weakness in Apple will probably drag the whole market with it. So encouraging, but we are just not there yet. GLD, the second VIX. Oof. Hammer. And just outside the long-term moving averages. This is very curious. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics, for the most part, ticking down. Down on the RSI, down on the CCI, down on the MACD histogram, down on the MACD, not looking attractive. I suppose it's possible we'll be going in for a test of the 200-day moving average, but the VIX is just doing not very good at the moment, and I think that once it picks up, so will gold. And if we are truly going to have a correction finally, and we don't know if that's the case yet, then I would expect gold to reset itself in short order. SLV. We had a full green bar above the 200-day moving average, which should have been a really good sign, but it was outside the upper Bollinger Band. Had a big craptastic day, tried to fight it, failed, and what else is there to say? Everything is pointing down. Everything. And that's about it for tonight. Very encouraging. We have more good signs for the bears, but it is not a done deal yet. The indicators, the secondaries in particular, seem to say that and promise that there is more to the downside, and certainly I hope that there is. But I would not be surprised whatsoever that there'll be a whipsaw, have the bulls do their last gasp and then have it fall apart. But if they want to front run it and just get it all out of the way and go down, it's fine with me. But just don't want to be caught unawares. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.